Welcome to Mindset Monday, where we don't play nice with your excuses. This is the Bad Influence podcast, the one they warned you about. I'm Bjordan Banderas, and I'm not here to cuddle you. I'm here to help you take back control of your mind. So if you're tired of drowning in anxiety and overthinking every damn thing, this is your call to wake the hell up. Let's rebuild your mental game from the ground up. And let me start with a simple question because I heard people say this. They think boredom is harmless. So my question for you today is, you think boredom is harmless? Well, I'm here to burst your bubble because you need to think again. The reason behind that is because boredom is a battleground. At least that's how I see it. And the only question is, are you winning or are you whining? Everyone wants results, but nobody wants to master the art of surviving the mundane. We live in dopamine addicted societies where boredom feels like death. And that is so true. Look at our social media usage. Look at our TikTok usage. Look at our spending habits. Sometimes people just buy things just to get that dopamine hit. Neuroscientists talk about this. And it is so true. I have seen it with people around me. Like my wife used to do this a lot. She used to buy all these things just to feel good until I had to have an intervention with her. And I see a lot of people doing that. Same thing with jobs and partners and all these things. People don't want to be bored, so they're looking for the next dopamine hit. But guess what? Mastering boredom isn't just necessary, it's legendary. So tell me something. When did you buy the lie that every second of chasing greatness has to feel exciting? I used to think that way until I realized that's not the right way to do things. When did you become convinced the path to your dream had to entertain you 24/7? Who said that to you? Who made you believe that lie? Because if you believe that, that's your first mistake. Greatness isn't Netflix. It's not supposed to keep you entertained. It's built on the backbone of repetition, focus, and yes, some mind-numbing boredom. But nobody tells you that. You don't see a lot of gurus out there telling you this, right? They're like, you have to grind 24/7 if you want to have the Bugatti, if you want to have the big house, right? They sell you a fantasy. They sell you that fantasy that quick wins, overnight successes, and viral breakthroughs are necessary in order for you to feel great. And the worst part about this is that you keep swallowing it, wondering why your results never match your vision. The problem is that you don't lack ambition, you lack discipline. Discipline is the willingness to endure boredom, to push through when it's dull, repetitive, and thankless. Yes, because while you're working on yourself or on your dream, nobody's gonna thank you. And discipline is the ability to show up when your dopamine addicted brain begs you to quit. Have you ever been through that? Where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting the applause. I'm not getting the views. I'm not getting anything. Why do I keep doing this? Well, at that point, your brain might be asking for the dopamine. But you keep going. You're like, hold on, buddy. Let me keep going. And then you go through it and then you start to feel better. When you start seeing the results, when you start seeing that you can actually do something and make it big. So let's cut the bullshit right now. You don't have a focus problem. You have an avoidance problem. You're avoiding discomfort disguised as boredom. And every time boredom hits, You retreat. I used to do this. And I see people do this all the time. And you retreat by swiping, scrolling, snacking, napping, anything but stay present with the work you promised yourself you'd finish. I know what I'm talking about. I see a lot of people do it. They do it at my work. I know people that do it at my work. I have friends that do it. I see people doing it online and then brag about it. I don't know why they brag about it, but they do, which is weird. But here's the thing. Ever wonder why your biggest dreams remain just that? Dreams? It's because at the first hint of monotony, you bail. You're trading your legacy for temporary comfort, day in and day out, day after day. That's what you're doing. And how many of your goals are delayed right now because you can't see through 10 minutes of boredom? That's a good question. And again, it's like I always say, only you can give yourself the right answer. So you need to be real. You need to be real and grounded. Your business idea collecting dust, your unfinished book, your fitness goals that never go beyond week 1, you call it boredom, but it's deeper than that. It's your inability to handle stillness, your unwillingness to push through monotony. It's you mistaking discomfort for defeat. And I get it. Boredom feels heavy. It feels pointless. But every champion knows something you don't. The reps that matter most are the ones that bore you to tears. Kobe Bryant didn't become great by chasing constant excitement. He became legendary through relentless repetition. Shooting free throws in an empty gym at 4 a.m. over and over and over. No applause, no spotlight, just pure discipline. Steve Jobs didn't revolutionize the world by waiting to feel inspired every day morning. No, he didn't do that. We wouldn't have the iPhone, the iPad, or anything like that if it wasn't for him going through the boredom. He embraced the tedious details nobody else had the patience for until brilliance emerged from boredom. So let's be clear. Mastery isn't entertaining. No, it is not. Believe me. It's repetitive as hell. But if you can dominate boredom, you can dominate anything. So picture this. It's 4 a.m. The runway's dark, winds howling, and you're standing beside a 2-seater stunt plane that looks more like a toy than a machine meant to defy gravity. No crowd, no cameras, just your instructor mumbling something about visualization reps as he sips his 4th cup of black coffee. You climb into the cockpit anyway, not because you're ready, but because deep down, you know you have to do this. This isn't the part anyone glamorizes. No barrel rolls, no victory photos. It's repetition. Same checklist, same gear, same pre-flight drills you've done 100 times. And your brain? It's fighting you hard, begging you for an out, whispering, why the hell are we doing this again? You're not getting better. This is fucking boring. And honestly, you believe it for a second. You think about skipping this flight. You think about hitting snooze. You think about every distraction that sounds way better than saying do this again. But something in you snaps. You flip the ignition. The propeller spins. And as the plane lifts into the cold black sky, you realize this is exactly where the breakthrough lives. Not in the highlight reels, not in the thrilling moments, but in the boring, relentless, exhausting grind that nobody claps for. You fly that same route you've flown before. You make the same tiny adjustments. But this time, one of those adjustments sticks. Suddenly, you roll smoother. Your dive is tighter. And your body, your mind, your muscle memory, they start sinking like never before. When you land, no one's cheering. There's no trophy waiting. But you know something changed up there. You crossed a line that only discipline can reach. You didn't level up because it was exciting. You leveled up because you stayed when it was boring. That's the part no one posts on Instagram. That flight, it's the metaphor of your entire life. No spotlight, no noise, just a choice. Show up or shrink. Every time you repeat a task that feels pointless, every time you fight the urge to quit during the monotony, you're flying that plane. And the people who dominate boredom, they're the ones who stay in the cockpit long after everyone else bails. So the next time you're tempted to check out, skip the reps, or chase a dopamine hit, picture yourself in that plane. Boredom isn't a burden. It's the sky before you soar. And the ones who master it, they don't just win more, they become fucking legends. So, how do you start? First, recognize boredom for what it truly is: resistance. It's your brain's way of testing if you're serious. It's the gatekeeper standing between you and your next level self. The moment your brain screams, "This is boring," understand you're standing on the edge of greatness. That's the opportunity, not your obstacle. So think back. Who programmed you to avoid boredom? Good question. I'm always full of questions, especially good questions on these episodes, don't you think? Well, maybe it was parents who praised you only when you were entertained, teachers who made learning a game, or social media teaching you everything has to be instantly gratifying. Right? That's what social media teaches you. You have to post something and you have to get the likes, the views, and everything, like millions of views within 5 minutes. That's why social media can be dangerous for you. But here's the raw truth. If everything has to feel exciting, you'll never build something lasting. Excitement is the spark, but boredom is the flame that actually cooks the damn meal. So how do you actually win the boredom battleground? That is simple. Decide right now. Do you want hype or do you want results? If you want results, try these steps. First step, step 1, audit your distractions brutally. Your phone, social media, Netflix. These are comfort foods for a distracted brain. Limit your dopamine drips. Step 2, sketch a monotony into your day deliberately. Practice sitting to the mundane task without running away. Make discipline your daily ritual. Step 3, treat boredom as training, not punishment. Just like you hit the gym to build muscle, hit boredom head on to build mental strength. Stop saying "I'm bored" and start saying "I'm training." Words shape reality, and that's a fact. There's neuroscience behind this. So control your language and you can control your life. The minute you're bored, stop seeking a stimulation. Just pause, stay present, tell yourself this is where growth happens. Legendary status doesn't come from entertaining yourself. It comes from enduring when everyone else quits. It comes from loving the grind even when the grind doesn't love you back. Let me tell you a quick story. A guy named James had all the talent in the world. He started projects weekly, quit when things felt dull. Guess where he ended up? Exactly where he started. Nowhere. Another guy, Ben, less talent but relentless discipline. He did the dull work, show up every damn day, bored out of his mind, until boredom turned into breakthroughs. And guess what happened? Ben built an empire. You're either James or Ben. You choose every single day. So here's the deal. Boredom is not the enemy. Quitting is. The real threat is in monotony. It's your addiction to novelty. Your attention span is a muscle. If you keep skipping reps, it stays weak. Train your focus in the gym of monotony and watch your results multiply. And I need you to ask yourself this. If my focus dictated my fortune, you know where I'm going with this. Would I be rich or broke? What would it be for you? If your answer makes you uncomfortable, good. Now you know exactly where to start. Embrace the monotony. Do the boring things first each day. Front load your pain and back in your rewards. Every successful person masters one thing. Consistency through boredom. It's non-negotiable. It's the quiet, relentless consistency nobody else sees. Your legacy will not come from how quickly you move from one shiny thing to the other. It will be forged in the hours of quiet, tedious, relentless repetition. The reason you're stuck isn't because you're lazy. You're stuck because you keep running from boredom, not realizing that's precisely where your power lives. So today, make boredom your ally, not your enemy. Lean into it. Stay with it. Learn to dominate it because your dreams are on the other side. When your brain screams to quit, breathe, focus, and tell yourself, this is exactly the moment most people stop. And that's exactly why I won't. Dominating boredom isn't talent, it's pure choice. Decide now to choose results over hype. So tomorrow morning, when boredom hits, and trust me, it will, smile at it. Greet it like an old friend, because boredom means you're doing the hard shit others won't. So visualize this. Imagine your future self looking back, grateful as hell that you didn't quit when boredom tested you. Realize that boredom is temporary, but greatness is forever. Stop chasing distractions and start chasing discipline. Your results will thank you, and your future self will worship you. From now on, boredom isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's proof you're doing something right. You're building patience, endurance, and unstoppable focus. Stay in the damn chair when it gets boring. That's where champions sit. That's where legacies are born. When you master boredom, you master your results. When you master your results, guess what happens? You become legendary. So today, make a decision. Fuck entertainment. Chase execution. Fuck stimulation. Seek stamina. Screw hype. Demand results. Your future self depends on your ability to master the dull, repetitive, relentless monotony today. Because boredom is your battleground. And since it's your battleground, you must conquer it. Every boring moment you endure is another brick laid in your legacy. Every dull rep brings you closer to the masterpiece you know you can create. So ask yourself, do I want hype or do I want results? Answer honestly and let that answer drive your decisions. Because real success isn't loud. It's quiet, patient, and built brick by boring brick. It's your time. Your discipline is your superpower. Your focus is your weapon. Today, Stop running from boredom and start running towards your greatness. Make the quiet grind your daily anthem. Go dominate boredom, because the person who can dominate boredom can dominate anything. Now go out there and fucking prove it. The choice is yours. And that's it for today. If this hit you in the gut, good. That's your signal to wake the hell up. No more waiting for clarity. Create it. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next breakthrough. Share this with someone stuck in their head, and let's build a world of self-led warriors. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, think sharper, live louder, never settle, and have a good day.